and Samadhan portal. Shram Suvidha and Samadhan portal will be revamped to enhance ease of compliance for industry and trade. Capital and entrepreneurship related reforms, financial sector vision and strategy. For meeting financing needs of the economy, our government will bring out a financial sector vision and strategy document to prepare the sector in terms of size, capacity, and skills. This will set the agenda for the next 5 years and guide the work of the government, regulators, financial institutions, and market participants. Taxonomy for climate finance. We will develop taxonomy for climate finance for enhancing the availability of capital for climate adaptation and mitigation. This will support achievement of the country's climate commitments and green transition. Variable capital company structure. We will seek the required legislative approval for providing an efficient and flexible mode for financing leasing of aircrafts and ships and pooled funds of private equity through a variable company structure. Foreign direct investments and the rules and regulations for foreign direct investment and overseas investments will be simplified to 1. Facilitate foreign direct investments, 2. Nudge prioritization, and 3. Promote currency for overseas investment. NPS Vatsalya. NPS Vatsalya, a plan for contribution by parents and guardians for minors, will be started. On attaining the age of majority, the plan can be converted seamlessly into a normal NPS account. Use of technology. We have successfully used technology for improving productivity and bridging inequality in our economy during the past 10 years. Public investment in digital infrastructure and innovations by the private sector have helped in improving access of all citizens, particularly the common people, to market resources, education, health and services. We will step up adoption of technology towards digitalization of the economy. Ease of doing business. For enhancing ease of doing business, we are already working on the Jan Vishwas Bill 2.0. Further, states will be incentivized for implementation of the business reforms, action plans, and digitalization. Data and statistics. For improving data governance, collection, processing statistics, different sectoral databases, including those established under the Digital India Mission, will be utilized with active use of technology.
Welcome back to the Breakfast Club. Last week, we took a look at how India is seeing a surge in the demand for fillers and aesthetic procedures. We brought you one of the leading dermats in the country, along with someone who'd actually gotten work done. Today, in an effort to show you the other side of the coin, we thought we'd bring you a leading voice from a contrasting movement. Amidst the abundance of cosmetic fillers, digital filters, an alternative wave is urging us to embrace our natural spots and scars.
But what about brands that say that they won't retouch their model images, apps like Be Real that don't allow users to edit or sort of even filter their images? This movement is getting louder than ever. And we thought it's important to bring in that perspective as well and show you someone who's balancing it out in her position as a digital content creator. Joining us now is Prableen Kaur, who's encouraging her 500,000 followers to embrace unaltered selves with the hashtag #NoFilterWithBKP.
Okay. Good morning, Prableen. Thank you for joining us. Prableen, you're a beauty influencer. You frequently post content with no makeup and no filters on. But you also balance it by sometimes advertising different kinds of makeup. How do you create that balance? And also tell us, how did you get so comfortable in your own skin? Because you have a lot of content out there without any makeup on at all.
Firstly, thank you. Because I feel that it is a very long personal journey when it comes to truly embracing every flaw, because as a society everyone always tells us to be a certain way, or look a certain way, or else things will not be enabled for you in your life. So I feel it took a lot for me in my teenage years. I had so many incidents where people would just constantly call me out for my acne or for my facial hair or for the texture that I had. That eventually, when I started having real life incidences where people would directly just be brutal and rude on my face, and I would cry because they made me feel a certain way, I feel that is when I realized that I don't want to give that power to anybody else to make me feel a certain way because of how I look. So I feel that was a very liberating feeling, and that is basically why I even started my own hashtag No Filter with PKB, where I started, bringing in people. I built that community over the last 5-6 years, where I encouraged women and men to share their photos, their journeys of being no filter, where they could feel like they belong here, that they were beautiful and happy and confident in every shape, size, or even if they had acne, even if they didn't have acne, even if they had wrinkles, texture, because it's so normal, right? But we're always told that we have to cover it to look beautiful. But I feel I needed to unlearn that, and I wanted to be a trailblazer per se for the people who didn't have a voice, because there were so many people that were talking about bodies, but nobody was talking about skin. And I was struggling with PCOS. So I had my entire face was filled with hormonal acne, like pus filled acne on my hands, on my chest, on my legs, and my back. And it was so painful. And I would cry because everyone would give me unsolicited advices of do this, don't do this, you look so ugly, you look so this, you look so that. And then I was like, why are people labeling me? I am so much more than this, I'm so much more than how I look. So why are people making me feel like this? And then it was a switch, and I just took the power away from them, and I just gave myself the power that today I am going to be what I want to be. And that is how the journey was for me, truly.
Right. So, Prableen, from what I can make out is that you're not averse to makeup or brands or cosmetic treatments. You're just saying that that shouldn't take the reality away from it, right? That's the whole movement. I see you in all your beauty at the moment as well. But tell us, what is your take on fillers then, or on any sort of cosmetic treatment or skin enhancement treatments as they were?
I honestly have a very unbiased opinion, to be very honest, because I feel that on a daily basis, especially being in the industry that I am, I see so many women that are completely without fillers, and there are so many that have had them. And both ways, they all look pretty, I don't feel that there should be a need to make it a taboo, or even glorify it in a way, because in the end it should just be your own decision to do things to your body, because in the end it's your body. Like today, if I'm not feeling that my nose is a certain way and I don't like it, I do not want anyone else to tell me that you can or cannot do it. So I feel that the stereotypical concept of, doing things because the society expects us to do a certain way, or not doing Botox or fillers because it's just you're so fake. I feel it's just everyone's making peace with their own selves, and in the end you are the one who has to look in front of the mirror every single day and feel confident and feel pretty. So I feel one should literally just do what they feel like, and if they feel that doing something like a filler is going to make them feel more confident, I think they should do as they please. But if
Go for
someone
it.
who
Yeah.
does not want to do it, then I'm there, because I'm going to make you feel like you belong to a community, and I want you to feel normal, because it is so normal. Like texture, open pores, we've been shown smooth skin for so many years that our brain just thinks and is functioning in a way that if we see smooth skin, only then are we beautiful. And I feel that that taboo needed to be broken. So that is something where I am coming from, but I never want to make it into a space where I don't tell women that you should not do this. If you're doing this, then you're wrong. I feel they're just beautiful either way. So it's just their personal choice.
Okay, Prableen, lastly, a slightly testier question for you. You are, saying to women that you don't need to wear makeup, you don't have to. But at the same time, there is also an aspect of telling audiences, okay, there are these products out there. Tell me, do you think this mission to spread real beauty, that it can actually be successful as long as beauty is tied to profit? This idea that you have to go out there, buy something, put it on, and then feel beautiful.
I feel my major step was like, I'll just give you my personal like anecdote. Because when I started off, I remember working with brands where they would not even accept my pictures or videos until they were airbrushed or until they were smoothened. And today, I do see brands that are starting their own no filter campaigns. So I feel that we are in that direction where things are changing, and um, the impression and the mentality of women or skin needing to be a certain way is not the same anymore. I feel the conversation has definitely started and it has to go a longer way. But I feel that we are like the trailblazers there, because I remember that when brands would just shut me down because your skin is looking so bad. And today, when they're starting their own no filter campaigns, I'm like, we were there when nobody else was doing it. So I feel that there are so many brands, and I understand that it needs to be spoken in volumes, but I feel like I can only do as much as I can. And then it's just the community and it's just the people that constantly see the content that I create, or whoever I meet in real life. If I'm able to influence someone to accept themselves as they are, because that's the biggest compliment, right? When someone says that they are able to go outside and not wear makeup and still feel pretty when they have acne, I feel I've done my job. Like, I feel that I'm actually making a difference and I'm actually influencing the right way. So I feel we have a long way to go, but I feel we are on the right direction.
All right, we'll leave it there for the moment. Prableen, thanks so much for joining us and good luck with the campaign. Be real. That's what we're always advocating here on TVC as well.
Okay, let's now take you to stories taking place across the country and the world. First, a story from right here in India. A video of an old lady and her grandson flexing their toned bodies going viral, shared on Instagram. The clip shows the boy showing off his muscles before his grandma steals the show with her own guns. The video sparked a wave of admiration, with many viewers noting that age is indeed just a number.
Tesla CEO Elon Musk, in his recent social media post, announced that Tesla will start producing and using a humanoid robot next year. These robots, which are called as Optimus, will be used in Tesla factories and sold to other companies by 2026.
And while chimpanzees engaging in quick, turn-taking conversations, they're using gestures and facial expressions, according to researchers from the University of St. Andrews. The chimps they just wait a fraction of a second before responding to each other. They mirror the fast-paced exchanges that you actually see in human conversations.
Scientists have found oxygen being produced deep in the ocean, 13,000 feet below the surface, where no light actually reaches. This surprising discovery challenges the belief that oxygen in deep waters is only consumed, not produced.
And King Charles III has bestowed a royal title on a rare golden goat breed. It's called the Golden Guernesses. They're a rare breed. They are considered at risk on the UK Rare Breeds watch list. The title, announced during his visit to the island, aims to raise awareness of this breed, known for its very, very friendly nature and its great milk.
Something to be proud about this morning. Indian tennis legend Leander Paes on Sunday was inducted to the International Tennis Hall of Fame. Paes could be seen fighting tears in a video of him taking a walk through the Museum of the Hall of Fame in Newport, USA. Paes spent 37 weeks at #1 in the world rankings in doubles and won 57 doubles titles on tour as well. He's one of the only 3 men in tennis history to capture a career Grand Slam in both disciplines.
Y'all were the support. Y'all were even the strength to guide me through when I didn't believe. I think the International Hall of Fame is one of the greatest institutions in the world, and they do great work. I humbly request that we use our sport of tennis to inspire 250 million children across the world over the next 15 years and make our world a better place to live. Jai Hind, thank you.
Beautiful moment, okay. And taking you now to a different story altogether, toy maker Mattel has added to its first ever blind Barbie doll to its diverse collection. This is Lucy Edwards. She's a blind broadcaster and disability rights advocate, expressing her heartfelt wish that a blind Barbie had been available during her own childhood. Take a deeper look at this entire story.
Oh my gosh, Barbie, have you got a little cane?
Lucy Edwards is touching the first ever blind Barbie doll. For the blind broadcaster and disability activist, it's a moment she had longed for.
I'm super excited because I didn't see myself represented as a young blind girl growing up in the world. All I wanted was a role model that looked like me, and finally we have one.
Toy maker Mattel collaborated with several organizations dedicated to aiding the blind community to create the doll. They include the Royal National Institute of Blind People and the American Foundation for the Blind, or AFB. The groups provided input on everything from the doll's outfit, the eye gaze, and the company's website, which was made accessible for the blind.
You know, the blind community knows a lot about the sighted community, but the sighted community doesn't know a lot about the blind and low vision community, right?
Eric Bridges is the CEO of the AFB.
Barbie being an iconic brand and having a doll like this, I think will help little girls who are sighted actually understand. So it can be educational and provide some pretty unique awareness.
The doll includes a cane with a tactile marshmallow tip, sunglasses, textured and vibrant fabrics for sensory engagement, practical clothing fastenings, and articulated elbow joints for realistic cane use. The new edition follows a series of inclusive dolls, such as the hearing loss Barbie, Down syndrome Barbie, and Barbie in a wheelchair. For Edwards, blind Barbie is an opportunity for more people to feel included.
That means that we're getting to a place in the world where we're accepted and we're represented, and to young people, all of the little Lucys out there that are struggling with their identity, we don't have to anymore. We don't have to feel like we're not enough.
Isn't that lovely? Now, moving on now and bringing you some auto-related news now. In a walk-around review of the all-new Tata Curve coupe car, we will explore the car's design, features, specifications, and the variant options.
What will make a mark in this new era in SUV design? Will this car manage to? This is the detailed breakdown that we're going to give you, everything that you need to know about this new car on the road. This is, of course, the Overdrive verdict. Take a look.
I'm Gandhi Sama, you're watching Overdrive, and we are at Tata Motors Design and Tech Center in Coventry, UK, and in this video we are going to follow the design process of any car. And right now the example or car in this case is Curve, which is upcoming coupe SUV from Tata Motors. And as far as designing of any car is concerned, we know it starts with sketches which are done by hand, and then it goes on computer, and most of us have seen that process. But this trip and this tour is actually special because we are going to see the details of any design process after that drawing board process is done. For example, the CAD or the final project which is done by the designers, it is sent to this milling machine, which is automatic, and they just feed the design and it designs or makes this clay model, scaled down version of Curve in this case. And if the designers are happy with the proportions, if they think that this is looking okay and all the design elements are coming together nicely, then they take it to the next level. This is basically the combination or cooperation between humans and the tech part, because these dots are used to scan the body, the surface, are they even or not. And then there's a scanner here. You can see this scanner, which has this blue light, and you can look at those two dots. So this scanner basically sends back the signal, scans the car, and sends the information about the surface to the CAD again, and then it is used to optimize the surface again. The third version is there. This one is the aero model, which is put in the wind tunnel for testing the aerodynamics of the car, and these tapes are basically removed at that time, but right now for showcasing purpose, these tapes are put in. Since this process is already done for Curve, so I guess just for us, this display was used here. And next level is the SRM. This is, in our language, maybe the master copy of the product, because this is the reference point for manufacturing of dies. The size of the panel, the finish, the gaps, each and every detail is basically based on this final model, which is called the SRM, and the parts and dies are manufactured based on that. So, thing is that these two displays, one is this and one on my left, these two displays are very unique and special displays because Tata Motors has brought us to showcase their design journey. And this, you might not believe, but this is a clay model. Look at the finish, look at the paint seam, look at the elements, everything is so fine and precise, just like a proper production ready car. And this is a clay model, and only giveaway I would say is the opaque glasses. Otherwise, you get to know that this is clay model only when you actually knock on this. This doesn't feel like metal, so this is made up of clay. And this one, the display, is the EV version. And the two main difference between EV and ICE, one is obviously you can see the aerodynamically designed these wheel caps or wheel designs or alloy design, which you see in EVs mostly, and then the front, again resembling the typical Tata family cars. Front has there is no front grille, but you have a charging port. Even the bumper is different in this car. And this one is the AMC model, which is basically a composite material made up of maybe hardened foam or something, and this is designed from inside. Now you can see the basic structure of the interiors. Still, you can't open this, so they start building it from inside. Then they put the exterior or outer parts. But as you know, the unique or the USP of this Curve is the sloping roof, because it's a coupe style compact SUV, which is coming in the Creta Seltos segment. We are going to see the launch of these two cars in EV and ICE version on the 7th of August.
All right, so that was the coupe over there. Let's move on now and bring you some sports news. Excitement is just about building up with the Paris Olympics right around the corner, and we're also bringing you snippets of that over the program as well. This time, we've got a story on how unique this time's entire India contingent is. They are celebrating with not just a sleep coach, but also a mental health coach.
Remember during the Tokyo 2020 Olympics, you'd had the American gymnast Simone Biles who'd pulled out of multiple events citing her mental health. You then after that had Naomi Osaka. She revealed her issues with depression when she withdrew from the French Open in 2021. So there is and has been for a while a conversation around mental health. This time you have the sports psychologist Divya Jain, Dr. Sameer Parekh, who's a psychiatrist. They'll be going with the athletes to Paris. This was a conversation with them. Take a look.
Doctor, when we talk about mental health being a priority, how significant is this step that has been taken by the government of India when it comes to, for the first time, accompanying both psychologists and a psychiatrist in the team of doctors who are going to be with our athletes this time?
It's almost unimaginable. If you'd asked me this when I first started out practicing as a sports psychologist, I would have not believed something like this would happen, because there's been years of stigma and lack of awareness that has shrouded the field of psychology, sports psychology, mental health at large. And I think the fact that the IOA and the sports ministry has made this initiative, it'll have an impact not just at Paris for these 2 weeks, but it'll have an impact on the sporting community at large. It'll have an impact on the perception of mental health at large as well. So I think this is a landmark decision.
Coming to you, Dr. Sameer Parekh, when we talk about, this is, to my knowledge, correct me if I'm wrong, when a person has to go through a therapy or some sort of a counseling, you need to know the patient's history. A significant amount of time needs to be spent with the particular person. So with such short span of time, how will you be able to help the athletes? Of course, you're accompanying them, but do you think that there should have been more time before the games, trying to know them? How has been the process is what I want to know.
No, I think, so try to understand it like this. When you look at the mental health component or the psychological aspect of performance, it is not happening at a given moment. There is a longitudinal access to this. One also needs to understand there are multiple aspects to performance. There is coach, there is your task skills, your own rehearsals, your own practice, your own support staff, nutrition, physio, the management of your injuries. So many things work together. So this particular aspect needs to be split in parts. Part one is what has been happening way before right now. So it's not something that has happened now. Secondly, so the entire medical team has met the support staff, coaches, athletes based on how and where they have been over the past several weeks. During the Olympics, it's a very here and now, because a lot of times it's about what I do tomorrow, what I do now. Is there something I can do? Because there are various factors and vectors playing on an individual when you are talking about performing at the highest level. But also, once the games are over, this process continues. Life doesn't come to a standstill immediately after the Olympics. For those who won, there is work to do. Those who can who can keep improvising, you can again do that. So one needs to look at it like that.
Okay, let's stay with the Paris Olympics, but we'll switch teams for a second. Team Mongolia had quite a fashionable head start ahead of the 2024 Paris Olympics. As the internet went gaga over their official uniform, it was unveiled last week.
The runway worthy uniforms for the athletes took inspiration of the country's traditional attire. Take a look.
The 2024 Paris Olympics is yet to kick off, but the internet has collectively picked the winner on the fashion front. People are going gaga over Team Mongolia's uniform ever since it was unveiled last week. Designed by Mongolian fashion brand Michelle and Amazonka, the uniforms for male and female athletes for the opening and closing ceremony feature intricately embroidered vests, pleated robes and accessories inspired by their traditional attire. The designs incorporate the national colors of blue, red and white and various traditional patterns and motifs, including the Soyombo symbol that appears in the country's flag. The uniforms also have symbols of Mongolian traditions including the sun, moon and the guamaril, which is a mythical deer from Mongolian folklore. The Olympic torch and the emblem of the Paris Olympics also feature prominently in the uniforms. Now let's have a closer look. The female athletes will wear a robe dress paired with an embroidered vest, a handbag, heels and earrings. Another variation includes a long skirt. Male athletes will wear a thin cotton robe, an embroidered vest, traditional Mongolian boots and a thick belt. Another variation features pants, a mandarin collar shirt, an embroidered vest, and sneakers. According to the Mongolian National Olympic Committee, the outfits took an average of 20 hours to create. Well, these uniforms will be worn during the opening ceremony in Paris on July 26, and we really can't wait. We would honestly not hesitate to buy these if they were kept in stores or malls. It looks straight out of the runway. What do you think? Share your views in the comments and do subscribe to Shosha for all things trending.
Okay, we now take you to a special section on financial markets powered by Money Control Pro, Money Control's premium destination for investing and business insights. First, we take you to markets. GIFT Nifty indicates a subdued opening for Indian stock markets. US markets closed lower after volatile trade. Crude oil prices rise as traders weigh inventories and global supplies. Gold prices are steady in Asia. Trade and economic data is awaited.
Let's look at sectors now. Just a day after the budget, which ones are in focus? Consumption seems to be seeing some green shoots going into the volume growth reported by the leading FMCG company. However, growth is still not broad-based, with the premium goods still in the driver's seat. Companies are still optimistic of a rural recovery riding on good monsoon. However, the question is, are companies relying too much on the rain gods? Now log into Money Control Pro to find out more about the FMCG sectors and various other actionable insights on markets. It is a premium destination for all the investing views and financial insights you will ever need to know, brought to you by Money Control.
Okay, and with that, we are drawing this show to a close. Thank you for staying with us. We hope you loved our show. Goodbye.
Bye.
New pension scheme. The committee to review the NPS